Hello everyone, welcome to KU Talks. I'm Ankit Khadgi, and in today's program we have a special guest who is known for her acting caliber in Nepali movie industry. Winner of national awards and someone who is known for doing unconventional, challenging and unorthodox roles. Please welcome Reecha Sharma. Welcome to our program, Reecha ma'am.
Thank you. Oh my God, that introduction was amazing. Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
So you started from Miss Nepal, right?
Yes, a little before that actually.
And it almost has been 12 years in the movie industry, in the entertainment industry.
Yes.
So what is the one thing that kept you motivated?
See, I've always believed in one saying that success is just a journey, it's not a destination. Okay? So I've always believed in it. And so when I started, I was very passionate about all these things like entertainment. As a child, in my childhood, I used to get fascinated watching TV, and I was a huge fan of Mowgli and Superman, and you know, I used to get very fascinated. Cute. So कसरी TV भित्र आयो मान्छेहरु भन्ने खालको curiosity as I always had it. And then school I was very active with talent contest, and then there's one act play contest. I was very more than sports and this and that. I was into all these drama thing, and drama and dancing and things like very entertaining stuff. So I think also that pushed me, my teachers and my friends around, I always had that that I would want to become an actress one day. So I always had it within me. And since no one was from family, my family member, no one was from cinema background, so I had to just make my own way to be here. And I think I started. I started from magazine shoots, and then music videos, and then I have always taken my career one step at a time. So it was easier. I exactly knew what I wanted to do. And so that's how it became very, it was not a struggle for me, let's put it that way.
So you have paved your own way in the Nepali cinema industry, like you are known as an actor than heroine. So you do movies which are meaningful as well as they make their presence felt. So is it difficult to get good script in an industry which is still dominated by mainstream and cliche movies?
Well, see, I started, my first film was First Love, which was a very mainstream, very commercial, also one of the blockbuster of that year, 2010. So I started with a very commercial cinema, and after that as well, I did a Mirror Love Story, another very commercial film. And then I always wanted to try something, something new that I've never done before, kind of stuff, right? So I met Deepak Rauniar for Highway, and then I met Nishal for Loot, then I met Chiringdai for Uma, and then so it's just like the universe was making way for me. I always got to do things that I really wanted to do. I got to work with people who I really wanted to work with. So like Chiringdai, I really respect him. I would love to work with him forever and ever. And then, you know, talent house like Nishal, you know. So that continued for me. I always got challenging role offer, because I was doing cinemas like that. So you basically just make an image for yourself, and then people know that she's not going to dance around the bushes, and you know,
she's not damsel in the distress.
She's not that one, so people, so I created an image for me, right? So unknowingly, I was creating an image for myself. I was doing challenging role. I was being the supporting actress rather, and doing things that I could just leave marks on, and that's how it happened. And you know, I get offers for very commercial films and very art cinemas, but my inclination towards acting is always for art cinema. My love for art cinema is a different level than commercial cinema. Of course, I also want to do cinema where I look like a package, like a heroine, you know, but you know, as I just told you, my inclination towards acting is always for serious kind of realistic kind of cinema.
You have done roles which are quite different in each movies. Like
Yeah.
in Loot, you played a different character, whereas in Uma, you were another person, which is completely different than what you are as a person in reality. So whenever you submerge yourself, whenever you immerse yourself in a character, what kind of preparation you do?
So see, पहिला सुरु त म mentally prepared हुन्छु that now next cinema, if it's different than whatever I've done so far, I will do it, right? I'm always mentally prepared for it. I have few roles in my head that I would love to portray in coming future, and I have always मैले जहिले पनि challenges accept गरेको छु. You know, when it comes to characters, be it 3 scenes in Loot or be it a cinema where I am holding the whole thing, you know, like the whole film on my shoulders, like soldiers like Uma or Sunkeshri or, you know, yeah, to name a few. So to prepare for the character, basically, see, this is a perk of being an actor. You get to live so many lives in one lifetime, and that is a perk of it. And I don't want to miss any chance of portraying anything that I've not portrayed yet. So I always look forward to, you know, do something different that I've never done, because then you get, especially in Nepal, this country, or even in India, you see like people get typecast and very easily, you know, like, so it was not that. The case was when I did Tulke, Tolagjang versus Tulke, I got so many offers to be that for that kind of a character. I think I rejected most सबैभन्दा धेरै मैले स्क्रिप्ट रिजेक्ट गरेको त्यो चलकजङ भर्सेस टुल्के पछि होला, because most of the character was like त्यस्तै lovers हुनुपर्ने, त्यस्तै खालको देखिनुपर्ने, and similar kind of a character, and I was like, there's no fun again, you know, I've lived it and I've come out of it. Now I want to be somebody else, you know, that was in my head. So त्यो कारणले गर्दाखेरि पनि you know, I have not been in many movies and I've only done very few cinemas, and yeah, luckily I think you know, I've few cinemas to name, like Tolagjang versus Tulke, like you are mentioning, like Uma or Ko Afno, and even Sunkeshri. These are cinemas where I've really put my heart and soul, and these are going to be with me forever.
So what is difficult for you when you are prepping for a character? Is it the physical transformation or the emotional one?
See, you might have heard this before from any actor, I don't know, but because it's the same for all the actors. When you give so much to one character, the character also takes something from you, okay? Always. And it's a truth. You say, एकदमै सत्य कुरा हो हैन, तपाईले यति गरेर हुन्छ कुनै क्यारेक्टरको लागि, to prepare, you forget your world, you be to be in somebody else's skin, हैन? You do so much that when you come out of it, like for instance, say, do you know Daniel Day-Lewis? Yeah, so he's a legend, right? I'm a huge fan of him. I've watched almost all of his films. So while he was doing My Left Foot, he was a disabled guy, right? It took him 6 months to get out of that wheelchair. So can you imagine like how much he's put in for that character? He has given his heart and soul and whatever he could, emotionally, physically, in every which way. Okay? So once you do it for a character, you just leave a part of you with that character, okay? That's why it's immortal. That's why people talk about it for ages, right? And in my case, there has been few characters where I thought this is the chance for me where I can prove my capacity, where I can show my skills, acting skills, and maybe I will never get it again, these kind of opportunity, you know? So physically and mentally, mentally and emotionally, you get very drained preparing for a character, but depends on the character, depends on the crew, depends on your director, how much he's asking for, right? Ani katiko wavelength milirach with your director, especially with your director, more than anyone else. So it all depends on that, like for the preparation. See, you need to prepare for everything. Even for this interview, I was like, you know, like, okay, so what am I going to talk about? How is it? I've given 1,000 interviews maybe, but every time it's new for me. Every time it's new for anybody. Not just movies, not just a music video, even interviews, even a meeting with somebody without a camera. You know, it's always, it takes a lot of your physical, mental, and emotional being. Yeah, so
you have always been someone who is vocal about many issues. Like you even spoke about in a panel discussion. You spoke about female representation of movies in Nepali cinema, and you were very open about a certain representation that you dislike or you were not, you didn't find correct. So. When you are so vocal and you express your opinion openly, you sometimes get backfired like you got. So how do you deal with such issues where you are just speaking for something correct, but you get backfired instead?
I know. So, I think tomorrow if you make a movie, I go and watch it, I pay money for it, I have the right to say whatever I feel about the film, not out of any personal issue or anything, but because you're audience and you always want Nepali film to grow.
Yeah.
And it goes the same with me. I made Sun Kesari. I had, like, you go to YouTube, people are really disappointed. They were really expecting something else and they got something else. And I have to take the criticism because, Titanic जस्तो सिनेमालाई त सबैले मन पराउन सकेन भने हामी त we are like just growing, we're nothing, we're crawling, हैन? So, I am always up for criticism. And I think more than anything, you get criticism and judgment in our field, in our because it's to exposure. Whatever you do is being watched, you're being judged every day. So I'm always on and open about it. So that's what I give as well. If I watch some cinema and cinema, especially Nepal pani, and in fact all around the world, UN Women Career Research, I think only 21% of women are actively involved in cinema making, right? And it's growing, by the way. So that's a very good thing for us. Kinabane azabhanda 10 वर्ष अगाडि पनि if we would tell our parents I want to be an actress or in cinema, they would be like cinema ma ke future cha bhanera हैन. But now we see. Now you go to any college or school, I go for any kind of motivation classes or anything, and I ask them, and there are so many people who are actually doing engineering or they're doing, MBA or something, but they want to be in the cinema. That is absolutely amazing, and I see it very positively. And when I make comments or remarks about any cinema, I make a comment and remarks not just as an audience, but because I am part of this industry. I feel the people who are doing extremely well commercially, the people who are catering the audience, salute to them, hats off to their effort. But now, once they have the franchise, a brand, they can just make moving cinema, like cinema that will really, surprise the audience, or audience could take something home with it, because they are catering the audience. If my cinema brings 1,000 people, their films I'm bringing, say, instance, even Anmol. Anmol is a big star right now, right? So when Anmol does a film, massive audience turns up, right? Aba Anmol le गर्ने सिनेमाहरु अलिकति भनौं न, it's very commercial, but then I feel like he's got the power to also give out some kind of message to the audience.
The mass appeal.
Yeah, mass appeal. He's got it. Okay, so when he does a film, I expect, okay, so because there are a lot of people watching it, and cinema is a great medium to convey any kind of message. So if he comes up with something, with some message as well for youngsters, it could be about anything, along with the entertainment, right? But not like a non-commercial, very few, but commercial cinema mein ke message pani bhayo bhane, that'll be so awesome. So the people who are doing amazingly well at the box office, who are coming up with franchise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 should definitely come up with something that people will take home, okay? Not just like I ask you and then that's all. So sometimes I'm very outspoken, I'm very blunt with comments, and I get backfired, yes, and some people don't like me for that reason, but well, I believe in I am first, my opinions, and then I've been criticized all my life in this career, so I am like, I'm used to it.
So we have seen trend in Nepali cinema industry ki like एउटा film चल्यो भने त्यस्तै film बनाएको बनाइ हुन्छ नि त. Do you think the audience are also accountable for such kind of cinema which does not serve any purpose, like because audience ले पनि हेर्दिरहेको छ नि त. So
यस्तो हो के, अब अहिले जस्तै कमेडी सिनेमाको कुरा गरौँ हैन, जति पनि कमेडी सिनेमाहरु सिनेमाहरू अलि राम्रो ब्यानरहरूले बनाएको कमेडी सिनेमा चल्छ हैन एन्ड इनफ्याक्ट अहिलेसम्म नेपालको सबभन्दा बिगेस्ट ब्लकबस्टर हेज बिन छक्का पञ्जा विदाउट एनी डाउट अब छक्का पञ्जा चल्यो भनेपछि देन दे विल बी पिपल लाइक हुन्छ नि सबैजनाले त्यस्तै खालको सिनेमा कमेडी नै बनाउँ नै गरौँ भनेर भन्ने सोचले आउनुहुन्छ सो अनि कतिजनाको सिनेमा चल्दैन कतिजनाको सिनेमा चल्छ राइट अब तर अडियन्सको कस्तो छ भने हामी आई थिङ्क नेपालीहरूमा अलिकति फ्रस्ट्रेसन पनि धेरै छ एन्ड वी वान्ट टु गो टु अ थिएटर वेन वी पे 200-300 रुपिज वी वान्ट टु लाफ गेट इन्टरटेन रादर देन दिमाग घुमाएर के थ्रिलर हो के सस्पेन्स हो के आर्ट मुभी हो भन्दा पनि लेट्स गो लेट्स ह्याभ फन भन्ने खालको लार्जर देन लाइफ किनभने अब अलि फ्यान्टेसी वर्ल्डमा चाहिँ रमाउन चाहन्छौँ कि हामी होइन सो आई थिङ्क द्याट्स वान रिजन वाइ इट्स वर्किङ एन्ड तर अब सिनेमा आफैमा पनि राम्रो हुनु पर्यो चल्नको लागि होइन मेबी द्याट्स अनदर रिजन वाइ अल दिस सिनेमाज आर वर्किङ राइट तर अल्सो there has to be some filmmakers who risk it who make cinema which are a little different भनौँ न पस्किरहेको प्लाटो भन्दा अलिक डिफ्रेन्ट खालको प्लाटो पस्किनु पर्यो एन्ड देयर हेज टु बी सिनेमा मेकर एन्ड देयर आर सम है अब जसको सिनेमा खासै चल्दैन बिकज पिपल आर सो युज टु वाचिङ द सिनेमा द्याट आर डुइङ वेल होइन तर तिमीले भने जस्तै नेपालमा चाहिँ अब हरर एउटा चल्दियो भने अब हरर आउन सक्छ होइन अब एउटा कमेडी चल्यो भने कमेडीको त अब बाहिरै आइसक्यो हामी वी आर सो डन विथ इट भने जस्तो कि होइन बट आई थिङ्क त्यही अब नाउ लुक इन इन्डिया होइन they are like coming up with all kind of cinema like past 4 weeks I've watched some amazing Indian cinemas like you name it like say Gully Boy or I watched Ek Ladki Ko Dekha which is about a lesbian story and then there's a guy and so you know they're experimenting with their screenplays and stories and I think we need to also if you don't offer anything to your audience the audience are also compelled to just go and watch one kind of cinema right you need to experiment you need to push it a little okay so and then there are so many content around us we don't need to be inclined towards Bollywood to make any film right we have our own stories we have some really great stories around which we can explore not just to Nepal but to the world to Asian film industry there's so many festivals you know but then we don't see त्यसरी we just see like Nepalma and then Nepalma release गर्ने or विदेश डायस्पोरामा भएको नेपालीहरूलाई देखाउने that's the only limits but I think we can we the filmmakers can really look ahead of it.
So you have also successfully transitioned yourself into filmmaking process. Also, you are also working behind the camera, like you produce Sun Keshari, and you're also planning to produce the second part of Sun Keshari.
Oh yeah, but that's all right now on hold. Yeah.
So how was the experience of becoming working behind the screen?
Production thing is completely different than what I used to do. Like acting, man, as something you get hired by someone and you just prepare yourself. You do workshop with your co-actors. You go, you act, and you come back home and sleep, right? But production is like you're working 24/7. Because you need to look after everything from the music of the movie to editing to the actors to everything. You just say, so production is, you need to take a lot of responsibility. You need to be very calm in your mind and in every which way, right? But I'm also enjoying the process of production, producing film and that's not just the limit for me. I want to also try my hands with direction. I'm thinking of short films. I want to start with my own short films, like which I will not show anyone, which I will just experiment. And then when the point will come where I think that I can show this to the world, then maybe, you know. But yeah, I think I've got the long journey with this.
So, what is the thing that you want to change about our film industry?
Oh my God. I think first of myself, you know. I think you started with yourself. I have a lot to learn, the Salaksamalai, you know, and I really, you know, when I came into film industry, I never thought that acting why do I need to get trained and all? But later I realized that no, I need to know the technicalities of movies. I need to know what lighting is. I need to know what framing is, or why composite shots lens are, why close shots lens are, why over the shoulder shots lens are. What does it mean? I needed to know about it, and I couldn't openly ask my directors as well because for various reasons. And then I thought I would just go and learn this process because I am here for good. I'm not just going to vanish anytime soon. So I need to just learn the process of it, one at a time. So I went to Paris. I went to Jack Walters University Institute, and I learned the process for 3 months. I did diploma in film acting, realism in acting, and then I learned so much. I came back. I did Talagjang versus Tulke, and you see the result, right? So, I always felt that education is very important, no matter what you do, no matter how. Maybe by learning, by going to a school, or anyway. Just educate yourself. That is very important if you're here for good. If it's your hobby, if you're just here to, just do one to cinema and then I'll go to Australia, United States, then don't do it. Don't waste your time. But otherwise, if you're here for good, if you're here to bring some change, then educate yourself, Try different things, Try a lot of things. Like even today, whenever I have time, in the morning, whenever I'm in the mood, I make sure I do my acting practices like sense memory exercises and then repetition exercises. I do it because it's never enough.
So any advices that you want to give to the youth who are interested to join the Nepali film industry?
Well, you're more than welcome, I believe in youth. I believe in their creativity, their ideas, and I really believe that they are the one who can bring change in our industry, and they are the one who are actually bringing the change, right? So, yeah, they've, but then, when you come here, be prepared. You need a lot of patience. You need a lot of passion, and so just prepare yourself before coming here. And as I said when I started this interview, success can only be a journey. It cannot be the destination, because you might have it today, you might not have it tomorrow. So you just need to be prepared for that mentally and emotionally, because we've seen a lot of people just losing it, because at a point they're successful and they get what they want, and then another point there's somebody else to replace them right there. This is what film industry is all about everywhere in the world, right? So and keep on learning. Don't ever think that, oh yeah, I've learned enough and now I'm ready for it. No, you're never ready. You're never ready for it, and no matter how many movies you do, and you always have to prove a point. With every project you do, you have to prove a point. And so yeah, this is not like you work and you retire and now you're a pensioner. It's never going to be like that in Nepali film industry. Or any industry as such is never going to be like that. So yeah, just prepare yourself for the worst, I would say. Yeah, I'm not trying to sound negative, but I think that's how it works. Yeah.
It was a pleasure to have you on your program.
Thank you. I'm so glad.
And thank you for giving us your valuable time. I hope you will do more roles, more challenging roles, and you will contribute more to Nepali cinema.
I will try. I will try my best.
Thank you.
Thank you.